Hey guys, today we are going to go through one of my favorite ab warm-ups and series. So you are going to start seated tall with your hips, knees, and ankles all in a line, and your head, shoulders, ribs, and hips stacked. From there, you're taking a light touch behind your thighs. You'll give me a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, you slide your ribcage down, pull your belly button toward your spine, tuck the tailbone slightly under, and curl back into C curve. You're still just keeping a light touch with those fingers, and you're holding and you're breathing. The shoulders are relaxing down away from the ears. And you're thinking about taking 5 slow, deep breaths every time you exhale, pulling your belly button closer to your spine. Once you hit that last deep breath, you'll give me a nice big inhale. And exhale, pull the belly button closer to the spine to come all the way back up to seated, everything stacking nice and tall. Inhale at the top. Exhale, slide the ribcage down, pull the belly button toward the spine, tuck the tailbone slightly under, and curl back into that C curve. This time, both arms can reach out in front of you. Shoulders still relaxing down away from the ears. The ribcage is always sliding down, and the pelvic floor is lifting. So the belly button's pulling in and up. 2 inches below your belly button is pulling in and up. You could think about zipping up a tight pair of jeans. And again, you're holding for that 5 slow, deep breaths. Neck is relaxed. And then you come all the way back up to seated, stacking everything nice and tall. Inhale at the top. Exhale, curl it back. Both arms reach out in front of you. And from here, with the shoulders staying down, you're going to lift the right arm and switch left and right and left as those arms are moving. The rib cage is staying closed, the neck is staying long, the belly button staying toward the spine. We want to think about keeping the quads and the hip flexors relaxed. Engaging more through the pelvic floor is going to help with that. Making sure you're breathing as you go. Neck is staying soft. And then you'll come all the way back up to seated. So that's 10 sets or 20 singles, however you would rather count it. Exhale, curl back again, both arms out in front of you. Now both arms reach up and forward. As the arms reach up, the ribcage slides down more. And forward. Neck stays long. The quads stay soft. The belly button pulls closer to the spine. The shoulders are staying relaxed down away from the ears. The collarbone is staying wide. And you use that exhale every time those arms come forward. You might notice those abs starting to get a little bit shaky. They should definitely be heating up. And you'll come all the way back up to seated. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, slide the ribcage down, belly button toward the spine, curl back again. From here, you're going to pull the belly button closer to the spine. Pulse 1 inch back, 1 inch up. Little tiny pulses for 3. The legs are staying heavy so that just those abs are doing that work for you. Shoulders are still down away from the ears. Collarbone is still wide. When you get to 10, you'll come all the way back up to seated. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, curling back. Arms will reach out in front of you. Now the pelvis is going to stay square. The upper half of the torso is going to twist, and you'll pulse 1 inch forward and back on the diagonal, keeping that back shoulder especially away from the ear. Back of the neck still stays long, and both hips are staying grounded down. You'll feel that oblique a little bit more here. Once you've done 10 on that side, you come through the center. Opposite hip stays down, and you pulse. Collarbone staying wide. Making sure you're breathing. Still trying to keep those quads and thighs relaxed. Good. No tension anywhere we don't need it. So always ribs closing, always belly button toward the spine. Come all the way back up to seated. Inhale at the top. Exhale, curl back. Arms reach out in front of you, shoulders still relaxed. Right leg floats into table. Now to keep this out of the hip flexor, you have to think a lot about the belly button toward the spine and the pelvic floor lifting. You're breathing, and that leg's just floating. Thinking about 5 slow, deep breaths. That shin is parallel to the ceiling. Both hips are still anchored down. You'll place the foot down, come all the way back up to seated. Inhale at the top. Exhale, curl it back, float that opposite leg up, making sure as that leg floats that we maintain even weight through the pelvis. Shoulders are still relaxed. Hip flexors relax, the belly button pulls closer to the spine, so it's the abs holding that leg in place. Neck is still soft. 5 slow, deep breaths. And then you'll come all the way up to seated. And that is my favorite ab warm-up. If you have time, you can always repeat.